What up, folks? How are you doing? Welcome back to the World Cup Digest. My name is Nash. I hope you're having a fantastic week. You've had a fantastic week, right? No? Yes? I've had a fantastic week, man. Unfortunately, I've had to wait till Friday. No, not till Friday, till Thursday to watch my team in action. The incoming champs, Seleção, the Samba boys. And you know what happened last night, man? We obliterated a team like Serbia, man. I gotta be honest. Richarlison, for a minute I had to actually put aside the fact that he plays for Spurs and just enjoy the moment. Na karibu KPLC waribu hiyo kitu bwana. KPLC jana walikuwa na walitufanyia ile kitu sisi kama football fans, but it is what it is. So, round 1 of the World Cup is done and dusted. And I was actually looking at this one, I'm thinking there are 3 0-0 draws. Unlike the last World Cup where there was only 1 0-0 draw, and maybe we have seen less goals than we did see in Russia 2018. And actually, yes, we have, but it's just 1 goal. Russia by now, after the first round, there were 38 goals scored. Now we have 37 goals. So we are not doing that badly. Yeah, despite the 3 0-0 draws, we're not doing that bad off. I've also seen there's a tendency by referees. I don't know if you have noticed this. Wanaongeza dakika mingi. Like there was a game. Like the Portuguese game, jana, waliongeza, is it 9 minutes? In the second half. The English game, waliongeza, is it almost 14 minutes? As in, there's the English-Iran game, there's the Senegal-Netherlands game, there's the Saudi Arabia-Argentina game, waliongeza deka mob, almost 10 minutes each half. Yeah, so game squeezing kazi na chezwa like 100 minutes plus. That's something I've noticed. Quite common. It has happened like almost 4 or 5 games. So that's something to keep an eye on. And actually, so the head of referees or something in the FIFA he's called Colina. This dude with big eyes, one of the best referees you've ever seen. I think he refed the final of 98 and 2002, was mentioning that it's something that has actually been discussed because sometimes kuna so many instances that take time. Now we have VAR, it takes time. You have celebrations. They do take time. You can almost give like a whole 90 seconds to 1 goal being celebrated. So, it's a time. Ka game ya Iran and the 3 Lions, England. There were 8 goals scored in that game. If you give each goal 90 seconds for celebration, you're basically talking, how many minutes? You're basically talking almost 9 minutes or something. Actually more, almost 10 minutes, the celebration. So, yeah, kind of makes sense. But yeah, that's something to keep an eye on. So, game of course started off with Qatar versus Ecuador. A bit dull. Qatar, they were the first hosts to lose their own opening match. Is it like in the World Cup history? Or is it like since God knows when? So, they were dull, they were nowhere to be seen. Walikuwa nakanika tu waliambiwa, yo, kesho kuna game ya World Cup. And they were like, aya, iko kesho, Jesus, I'm not ready. We are not ready, wena. They did not seem ready. And of course, playing against Ecuador is a better team. So, yeah, 2-0 L. Ena Valencia with a goal, with a brace, actually. Could have been a hat-trick. Why not for some weird offside call? But yeah, that has become also something of weird calls by the referees. Like Jana, the Portugal-Ghana game. What kind of call was that against, the Ghana for the penalty for Ronaldo? Man, you only got 50-50, bana. That was not a pen. That was not a pen any day. But yeah, crazy. They don't even check the VAR. There was no even checking for VAR for that penalty. Weird. In the agenda, they just wanted Ronaldo to get that goal, but it is what it is. Squeezing in for Ronaldo after he started supporting Arsenal. Then, of course, you had Senegal being the first African team to play against Netherlands. It seemed like they're going to do the thing until Mendy was like, hold my beer. 2 goals, his mistakes entirely. 2-0 win for Netherlands. Cody Gakpo banging a header. I thought Mendy was going to get that one. Honestly. And even the second goal, he parred it away to who was this? Some Dutch player, and he just slotted into the back of the net. Tap in, Rahisi. Yeah, Klaassen or something, And yeah, just like that, the Dutch class won the game 2-0. 2-0 loss for Senegal, and the Teranga Lions again an L without Mane. You feel like they were lacking a bit of cutting edge, but it's in life. It is what it is. That's what under the bridge now, what under the bridge. And Cody Gakpo, by the way, it's being reported he might be joining Manchester United in January. Yes, and this is after, of course, Ronaldo parted ways mutually with Manchester United after alleging his support for Arsenal. Then, of course, we had other games being played. I think the USA-Wales game was a cracker. I was expecting nothing less. USA is a very young squad. I was actually thinking they are the youngest squad in the World Cup. Turns out they are not. Guess which is the youngest squad in the World Cup? Ghana, the Black Stars. They have an average of 24.7. Hiyo miaka iko juu, I'm sure ni kinapata wanaiongeza huko. But yeah, They are the youngest squad in the World Cup. USA were playing quite well. They were energetic. They were aggressive, running all over. But yeah, a bit naive with their tackles. You know, yeah, it is what it is. Alafu walifika the 60th minute wakatap out. Okay, like, yeah, 4 quarters done. We done over here. And they forgot they had 30 more minutes to go. And that's when Wales started coming back into the game. And they did come back into the game. And they got a goal. And that was an equalizer. So, yeah, good to see. It was a good watch, that one. It was a good watch. England versus Iran. My God, oh my God. 6-2. 6 goals by England. England has to be one of the biggest scores they've ever had. Oh, I also understand they scored a big margin in 2018 World Cup. So, yeah. But it was a good watch also. Bukayo Saka. Hey, watu Arsenal tunasumbua. Yeah, Bukayo Saka with the brace, 2 fantastic goals. And he's a joint top scorer now in the World Cup as we speak. As I'm recording this, Saka is a joint top scorer alongside Richarlison, alongside Ena Valencia. 2 goals each. So, yeah, they're doing good. Then, of course, we had the Saudi Arabia shocker. Oh, my God. Now, that was a shocker. My goodness. Look, when I was watching, before even the game, I was like, hii game inaka over 3.5 for Argentina. Argentina napigama mguys bao ka 4-5. Yes? No. They had other ideas altogether, and there was so many memes doing round of how we see Messi as the GOAT and how Saudi Arabia see him as the GOAT. They see some sumptuous meat. They roasted him a good one. You know? So Saudi Arabia, of course, had a very good outing, and their keeper, All Owaisi, or something. I can't recall his name exactly, but damn, he had a good outing. Saudi Arabia played quite well. Like I said about Senegal, then we had, of course, Spain against Costa Rica. Hey, mabao kibao. And my God, that's what Naguza. Like, Spain are playing beautiful football. My God. They made Costa Rica look like farmers. Like, there was some team that was picked from South America and just told to come and play the World Cup. Like Qatar. They were terrible. Like, 7-0 win. Gavi. The youngest goal scorer in the World Cup since 1958. Shit. That's crazy. That's insane. And then after that, we had, of course, the Japanese shocking Germany. Man, this was a beautiful watch. I love this one. Germany had 76 possession of football. But you know what they say? You know, you can have all the possession, but with no penetration, it's just like masturbation. Yeah. That's what Germany were doing on the pitch. And even Rudiger was, you know, playing coy with Japanese and doing that crazy shit, bro. Only for him to come out with an L. You got to love the World Cup, man. Takuma Asano bagging the winner for Japan to actually beat Germany. But then again, Germany, I'm not, you know what? I'm actually not really shocked. Like, that was against Argentina by the German loss against Saudi Arabia. I mean, against Japan. That was not a bigger shocker than Saudi Arabia. I mean, Germany walichujwa group stages last World Cup. Walitolewa group stages na South Korea. I'm not surprised. Not really. But yeah, it was a good watch, that one. That was interesting to see. France against Australia, 4-1 win. Giroud with a brace. Giroud, the joint top scorer for France. Giroud with, like, I don't know how many more games to go in the World Cup. He's definitely checking out of this 22 World Cup as the top scorer for France of all time. Top scorer of all time for France. That is no doubt. There's no doubt as to that. He's gonna be he's gonna be the top scorer for France national team. So that's gonna be interesting to watch. Then, of course, we had Japan, we had Portugal versus Ghana, a game which was dull in the first half. You know what? I was actually watching this game in the office because, you know, KPLC jana waliamua watu wa ball kwanza piga hold. Game ya 4 amuoni. Hadi game ya 7 mtangoja hiyo kwanza we have a say to that, and they actually did have a say. So what's the first half in the office? 0-0 down. I'm like, acha basi niende home sasa, by now sima zisharudi boss. Nafika kejani napata sijui ilikuwa 3-1 for Portugal. I'm like, what the hell? I just missed 4 goals in 40 minutes. My God. 3-2 overall result for that game. 5 goals in the second half. Ronaldo getting a penalty which was dubious as they come. That was not a pen any day. That was a 50-50 ball, 50-50 challenge. I don't know how he got that penalty. Maybe they just wanted to make sure that he's one person who has scored in 5 World Cups. And yeah, now he has a World Cup history. Bagging in 5 World Cups from 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022. That's a World Cup record. Yeah. Yes. And then, of course, Ghana walijaribu by because they scored the first goal for Africa. I mean, no other team has scored. No other African team has scored in the World Cup. Bar Ghana, the youngest team in the World Cup. So it was a nice watch. And it was nice for them to score. Only that, after afunga boy equalizer, mazee walilegea. 2 goals back-to-back. Or Felix, Rafael Leao, my God. Just after he was introduced, bang, bao ndani. So, Yeah, they will feel a bit hard done by that result, but it is what it is. Then Bukhari, of course, scored the second goal for Ghana, and it was like, so wakati wanatafuta bao. I don't blame him at all. This is the World Cup. You might never get a chance to score against Portugal again. You might never get a chance to play against a Portuguese side with Ronaldo. So piga su haraka haraka. Plus, how many minutes did he take anyway? 30 seconds? Yeah. What would you have done in 30 seconds? Scored a goal. And then, of course, it was a Navi ending for Portugal by the because, hey, karibu goalkeeper apeane kitu hapo. That would have been crazy. So, of course, the World Cup has been thrilling and then some. Then, of course, we had the Uruguay versus South Korea, which is also in the same group as Portugal, Ghana. A dull game. Not really dull, but no shots on target till I think the last minute. That game had one shot on target. It has to be some sort of a World Cup record or something. Sidhani kushekwa na game ya World Cup kuna one shot on target throughout the 90 minutes. I don't think so, but it had a very good ending. Yeah, South Korea, Uruguay, they'll be looking good for sure. Then of course there was Cameroon versus Switzerland, and we lost. We as Africa, we as Cameroon lost that game 1-0. I thought we should have done better in that game, but yeah. Mbolo scored the winning goal for Switzerland. He's always celebrate because he's a Cameroonian scoring against Cameroon in a World Cup. Man, he can't make this shit up. His dad apparently stays in Cameroon, so he was basically sinking his home team. Yeah, and our Piga Bao had Piga 3 points. And of course, that was that 1-0 win. First goal for Africa, like I said, was scored by Ghana. Andre Ayew scoring for Ghana. To equalize against Portugal. Then, of course, the last one we had, of course, was Brazil versus Serbia. You know, they saved the best for last. You know, the incoming champions. Munangoja nyinyi wote hadi muone timu ya mwisho ikicheza. That is the name of the Seleção. And a very good outing. Of course, Serbia is not an easy team. Let's be honest. It's anything but easy. So, we kind of struggled a bit in the first hour. And then 63rd minute, Sisi Ninani. Boom! Richarlison. Then in the 73rd minute, 10 minutes later, golazo! Has to be the best of the lot so far. Now, I thought I had seen a fantastic goal by Bukayo Saka against Iran, but boy, that Richarlison one, beauty. It's a thing of beauty. And of course, you got to give it up to Vinicius, man. Outside boot, and then the acrobatic kick by Richarlison. First, the first touch, and then the second. You watching that, you're thinking, yeah, hii tunabeba hii wakia nani. Akia nani hii World Cup tunabeba. Yeah, it was a beautiful goal. It was nice to watch. 2-0 win for Brazil. And of course, that was the ending of the first round of the World Cup. Let's wait and see what's going to happen in the second round. Like today, we had some good matches. We have Akina England, USA. We have Wales, Iran. So, good outing. And a man squeezing maze ball ikianza 1 p.m. Tunasukumana nayo at midnight. Yo, I gotta be honest. Football fans, we are living the life. I can't lie. We are living the life. 1 p.m. at midnight. 11 hours of football. Okay, 11 hours minus 1 hour, 8 hours of football. Yeah, we're living the life for sure. So, it's been very fantastic. I think for me, definitely, the team I felt were good so far. Has to be, well, Brazil, Spain, Saudi Arabia, because of stopping Argentina. It's not easy, man. Especially their goalkeeper. Beautiful. France. I'm still not convinced by the midfield of Chouameni and Rabiot. Not really convincing for me, but we will see. Yeah, in England. Oh my God, how can I forget the three Cubs, 3 Lions? How can I forget that one? They were good. So let's wait and see. I also feel like Tunisia, Morocco, they have something to offer. Tunisia, of course, held Denmark to a 0-0 draw. Morocco held Croatia to a 0-0 draw. So it was not that bad. Mexico, Poland, they had a 0-0 draw. And then, of course, there was a fourth one. Yes, because we have 4 0-0 draw. So good World Cup so far. Absolutely entertaining football. Some dubious scores. We've also had some fantastic goals, and hiyo kitu ya kuongeza time pia imekuwa, interesting. Yeah, it's a first time happening, so yeah, it's gonna be a good World Cup this one. Let's wait and see what round 2 has to offer as we wait for the round 3, as you know who guys are going out. Tunaona team kidogo zinacheza safe because you don't want to lose your first game, you don't want to do that. So let's wait and see what round 2 has to offer. All right, which has been your best team so far? I would love to know. Yes, I would love to know. Drop that in the comment section. Till then, enjoy the World Cup.